Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to D&D Girls Last Tour. Tonight we are doing the tier list for the characters, the many characters that are in this show. Did just finish the show. I haven't I haven't read the manga yet. I'm probably going to at some point. Not sure what that'll look like for like actual videos. Not sure if we're doing a read along. Maybe I'll do like a review afterwards. Something. I'll probably do something eventually though. That's definitely on the docket. But right now we got a tier list. I'm sure this is going to take many hours of deliberation, right? Surely. As you can see, there are two characters. Yu and Chi. Or Chito and Yuri. Is what I would say if I was actually trash, because I'm actually gonna do a bigger one that has more than the two of them. So, here we got them. Imagine, I literally only rank Yu and Chi. It's actually funny, because I looked up the Girls Last Tour, like, because I use tiermaker.com, right, for, like, these lists. And one of them was literally just the two of them, the one that I just showed you all. So, I don't know, I thought that was funny. These characters, I'm gonna put, like, let me just scatter them a little bit. I think this is the grandpa. And then this, of course, is the one robot. We got Cut, we got Fungus, Cut's mom, basically. Ishi, I think her name was. Names, man. Fish, Chi, Kanazawa, I believe, and then you. So yeah, we're gonna do character tier list and then waifu tier list. I guess I don't know what I'm gonna do for like the fish for the waifu one. How good of waifu is the fish? I don't freaking know. But yeah, let's honestly start with the grandpa. Is he even really a character? Let me change bad to like NPC. Suboptimal. Because, like, I don't want to say they're a bad character. Like, I think the bottom tier is purely for, like, I hate you. But this is just, like, he's not really, like, a character. He's just kind of an NPC. He just kind of is doing his thing. He sent Yu and Chi on their quest, and we know nothing about him, pretty much, other than he gave them their car, and now they're driving. Also, I do have my Spotify open, because I like to listen to music. There we go. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about him. He's just kind of a guy, and he's just kind of doing his thing. Honestly, though, robot. Robot's probably really good. Maybe alright. He's definitely bouncing in one of these two categories. For the sake of, like, the episode they were in, they were very unique, right? Like, we hadn't really seen a robot before. And so for the questions that kind of came out of that, of, oh, shoot, like, is this thing alive? Are we going to treat it as if it's alive? Empathy, etc. I mean, those are some interesting themes. The robot itself kind of just was like maintaining the fish for like no reason. I mean, the reason was it was just programmed to maintain the fish. But I don't know. It was just kind of chilling. There's not like much to say about the robot, really, I guess. Or I guess there kind of is. I don't know. I'm going to put him in all right for now. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll probably have to wait till we get some more pieces on the board. Cut is probably really good. Probably really solid and really good. Adorable. Unbaked dough. Wrapped around like Yu and Chi's like neck for like warmth and like all cute, you know, like a little scarf, which I think is adorable. There's like the gif of like you like drooling on it. Whoa, what do I do with my hands? You know, getting all crazy with Cut though, and I think that's adorable. I don't know, I just kind of love Cut. It was weird. It was like to add a third member to the party, which we've done a couple times. I think of the third members, which was Ishii and Kanazawa as the other two, I think Cut was the best. Just because Cut was very unique and like felt very attached to the setting in a weird way. Like thematically, more than just like people walking around, but like as an actual you know, like, because Cut's purpose with the fungus guys, not that Cut really was aware, was to be like the, I don't want to say like recycler, but like to deal with the gasoline and all the crap that humans had put into the world, and like the gasoline, the concrete, the gunpowder, like all that stuff, and kind of get rid of it and then go into hibernation. So they're like resetting the planet or whatever. And I think like all those themes are really interesting. And then Cut was just adorable. And like the little radio voice was very cute. So definitely a really good at least. Fungus guy, I mean, they all right. I'll probably put them right below the robot. Maybe right above. I don't know. This is really neck and neck. The concepts they brought in were cool. Otherwise, I don't really know what to think. They're just kind of like, they just kind of showed up. We're like, yo, what's up? I'm going to eat you real quick and then leave. Eat your radio. Bing bong. I'm done. And that's all. And then they floated away. Then they took cut and floated away. After saying that like all of humanity had died except for you and Chi, which is quite the horrible thing to hear. I'm curious if Kanazawa and Ishii are dead. I'm kind of thinking they're still alive and the fungus people just never ran into them. Because I mean, it's a small enclave of like 8 of them just floating around. I can't imagine that. Like, I don't know what would have gotten Kanazawa and Ishii killed in like a couple months. I mean, I guess they could have just starved to death or whatever. But I don't want to think about that. That's just sad, man. For now, robot or fungus? Which one am I going to put above who? I think fungus is more interesting, though I liked the robot more. Like, as a character. I was like, if you put me in a room and I had a gun and I had to shoot one of them, I'd shoot the fungus any day of the week. Would I? I don't know. Maybe. Nah, fungus wins. I'm going to just say fungus wins. I don't know. When I actually went through that little hypothetical there, I was kind of thinking, would I really shoot the fungus over a machine, a robot? No, probably not. We'll let fungus win that one out. Ishii. She did build a plane, though. I mean, she all right. She probably bottom of all right. No, she built a plane. That was cool. Her going down in the plane was one of the scariest moments of the series, honestly, for me. That was very scary. Her motivation of like wanting to go to the other city was very interesting as well, because that like, I think you could write, or you could like figure that out like thematically into like what does the city represent, and then what does her wanting to leave the city but being unable to represent, which I was totally here for. I don't know. But like in terms of her actual personality, she was just kind of head down doing her thing, and then it failed, and she was like, well, GG. You know, it was kind of just pretty sedated and tame. Which I suppose is like all the characters are pretty sedated. None of them are like super high energy, passionate, crazy out the wazoo. But I don't know. She was like, I don't want to say cardboard or brick wall, but those are the words that came to mind a little bit. I don't know. She just kind of had her one thing, wanted to build a plane, and then it failed, and that was it. So comfortably right below the robot, I would say. Fish is really good. The fish is really good. The fish is really good because the fish represented a lot as like a goal to me. I felt like that was like the driving force for the entire like middle of the show. Like episodes like 3 through 10 or something like that. The empathy with the fish and protecting the fish that like with you was really interesting to me as well. Because it's like she's expanding her empathy out from just her and Chi into like robot and into fish. There was some like character development I felt like that was going on there that I was on board for. And just the idea of a lone fish with no chance of like procreation, because it's just the one fish who is only alive because it mutated to jump out of the water, is just cool. And it's like, it's kind of tragic and sad because it's doomed to die, which I guess is reflective of also just humanity in the series. I mean, if we take the fungus people to be correct, that only you and Chi are left, well, guess what? You and Chi are 2 girls. I mean, they can't procreate and restart humanity, nor do they even want to if they could, right? I mean, freaking Kanazawa was around, but, you know, that wasn't even brought up as a thing because they're just not worrying about it. Like, that's not really, like, something that is, like, they feel responsible for or even necessary to, like, do, you know? Like, we don't need to, in vain, have hope for, like, humanity's blazing future, when instead it's just, we got to get along with feeling of hopelessness. That's kind of I feel like the biggest thing that the show says. Like finding a comfort and a joy in the end. Not even in like your end individually, i.e. your death, but in the end of the system that you're a part of, i.e. humanity, you know? And I think the fish was like an introduction into those themes, almost like a foreshadowing of it being applied to the humans. And I was just really on board with that. I might even put the fish above Cut in kind of a weird way. I probably will, because for what the fish represents, wow, what am I talking? I just like stepped away from myself for what the fish represents. What a line. Oh my goodness. But as I was saying, what the fish represents, I think, does more for the story and for like the interest I had for the story as I was going. More than Cut. Cut was adorable and like fun. And I liked just how the characters interacted with Cut, but didn't really carry much weight like thematically. I would say like the fungus people were like thematic, right? They were kind of representing like a lot of like the themes of like decomposition, the world moving on, the end of humanity, blah 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 blah. But they weren't very like the fungus people weren't very like personality. They didn't really have much of a personality. Cut, on the other hand, I felt like had a lot of personality, but didn't really do those themes as much. So they were like two halves. Where I feel like the fish I like more. I don't know. The fish doesn't have a personality either. It's just a fish. I don't know. I like the fish. Fish goes there. Cheeto. Where's Cheeto gonna go? Cheeto's above the fish. I'll probably do that. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna say it. Yu is my favorite character in this show. I think she was so funny constantly. Her personality was very engaging. She's adorable. She's stupid. She's uncooked dough. She's pliable. She's a nude swimmer. She's a skinny dipper, one might say. And she likes to eat food. I mean, she's just everything I would love to be. She's the modern philosopher of our time. She's the perfect hedonist ? I just love her, and she's exceptional. Back to Chi. Does Chi deserve to be in the same tier? I think I would rather a gap here between the two of them. I still love Chi. She's number 2 in the show out of every character. The two of these are the main characters. Chi kind of feels like slightly more of a main character, but I would say the two of them are the main characters together. And between them, Yu captured my heart. I love Yu's energy. Chi was still engaging. Chi was still fun. And I think Chi was necessary for Yu to bounce off of. And, they were bouncing off of each other. In like a lot of ways, I totally respect Chi. But, man, Yu is just built different. And so I gotta give Yu the credit. Gotta put her on top. But, like, come on. There's a fish. The fish is in 3rd place. These two are obviously at the... I kind of want to put another tier. Or, like... I'm not gonna just shift them all down one. I'm gonna add a... that's too much work. I'll just leave it like this. Kanazawa. Let me skip this song. I don't like that song. This song is fine. Okay. Kanazawa is definitely, I would say, really good. I would say I like him more than these 3. I liked his personality. Like, his map thing was interesting and kind of fun. First person we saw, other than the 2 main characters, so that was interesting. The camera thing I really liked, and that's gotten a lot of use throughout the story. I'd probably put him above Cut as well. Just a slight bit. Cut grew on me, but like in the very beginning, I was like, oh, Kanazawa, my boy, Kanazawa versus the fish is tough. There's something so funny about having the fish in 3rd place above Kanazawa. And I think I might keep it like that. I honestly think the fish honestly was like a guide, like the North Star for me, I would say. I kind of want to put Kanazawa in the bottom of really good as well. Maybe I'll give Cut the leg. Because Cut's relation to the environment was interesting. The way it Cut ate what Cut ate and and then I was able to like plug into the robot, plug into the submarine, that kind of stuff. Just Cut being like a creature that adapted to this post-war industrial hellscape environment, I thought was really interesting. So I think I'll give Cut the leg up. But I do like Kanazawa quite a bit, and I think he was interesting and like pretty pog. So I'll give him that. This is probably good. This is definitely ordered within the list. I do want to make it clear that Chi is like, the gap between Chi and Fish is pretty large here. So much so that I almost want to like move Chi up and or move these 3 down. But I think we're gonna just hold. I think we're just gonna hold, and I'm gonna trust that you understand that there's a gap here because I've said it out loud. Good. Okay, now we get to do the waifu one. So let me reset. I almost just typed in mommy. Best waifu. I'm not gonna try to be platonic with it. I'm just gonna giga chat it. Sauced. Okay, I see you. No. Get away from me. Okay. Did you see me like gravitating towards? Let me shuffle. I think it was already shuffled. Okay. Grandpa. No. Get away from me. Terrible. Gross. I don't want you. You're an old man. Sorry. It is what it is. Robot. Okay. You know, I can see the robot. He was nice. He was loyal. He was dedicated to his craft. He was loyal to the fish. You know, if I was the fish, then he would be a best waifu. If I was a fish. I'm not a fish. I don't want to say no to him. I appreciated him. I think he had some good energy. And the way he was like communicating to Big Boy Robot, who by the way would probably be a tier like in the no category, was like, you know, he was trying his best to like solve the matter diplomatically. I was here for that. Chi. Oof, this is tough. She's not in no. She's definitely above robot. I don't know if she's sauced or not. I kind of don't think she's sauced. I don't think she has the sauce. I love her. When it comes to like waifu material, I don't think she's got it. I think she would make like she got that like she's got that nerd archetype a little bit, right? You know, and she's like, I don't want to say she's got no curves, but it's true. You know, she didn't want to streak nude in front of the robot. Lacks a little bit of the confidence there that I appreciate. That's okay. I mean, I respect it. But when we're talking about waifu, it is what it is. Quite frankly, Kanazawa is a no. Fungus, by the way. Okay, the way it did vor you has kind of got me intrigued. However, do I have a counter argument? I don't know. I can't. I think right above the robot, I don't think if Chi's not sauced, then Fungus definitely ain't sauced. I think you beat robot though. Maybe I'll rename this to be like pretty good and then put Chi in it. We'll give it a minute. The fish. I'm gonna have to say no to the fish. Is Kanazawa or the fish more of a waifu? Another tough question. Okay, think about this. The fish has got tricks. It can jump out of the water. Kanazawa can't. It doesn't have tricks. I don't think Kanazawa is leaping out of the water like a dolphin. However, Kanazawa is a human being and the fish is a fish. I think I'm going to give Kanazawa the edge here. I don't want to put the fish and get away from me because I do appreciate the fish. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Cut as a waifu. Yeah, geez. Okay, I see you category. Where though? Above or below Fungus Mom? I think Fungus Mom takes the cake because they're more human-sized. Well, Cut is tiny. So Cut's probably bottom of okay, I see you. And or top of no. I'll give Cut the okay, I see you. I want to do you last. Ishii versus Chi. If you get Chi drunk, she moves up to sauced. Drunk Chi isn't sauced. I'll say that. Ishii beats Robot and Cut quite easily. When Ishii is fighting against Fungus Mommy, it becomes a bit more difficult. Because Fungus Mommy can eat anything. She can eat bullets, she can eat gas. Right? Easy to feed. Lots of material there. They're probably expensive. You know, I go to the gas station, give her a glug glug. That's big on my wallet. Ishii eats human food. That's a plus. I don't know. Different situations, different strokes for different folks. A part of me almost wants to put Ishii really high because she got that. I like the tired look. I think there's a little bit of sauce going with the tiredness. Oh, do I have a counter argument to put Chi back on top? I think seeing Chi get drunk is gonna give her the win. Over Ishii. Because Ishii, I never got to see actually like having fun. You know, she was just dedicated to the plane crafting and kind of just like a nerd. So I'm gonna give Fungus the win over Ishii because she hasn't shown a breadth of personality. Fungi mommy. Fungi mommy. I like fungi mommy. Fungus mommy. Fungami. My Fungami definitely beats Ishii out. I almost want to drop the robot. I feel like the robot's struggling to maintain, even above Cut. Because Cut's kind of adorable. Cut's kind of really cute. And so I appreciate that a lot. And the way that Cut like slithers around your shoulder. Yeah, robot's cold, hard, metal exterior, I don't think is going to get through to me. Might even drop below Kanazawa. I think it will. I think Kanazawa beats Robot. Robot beats Fish. Kanazawa loses to Cut. Cut loses to Ishii because Ishii's a human woman while Cut is not. Fungi Mommy, I like Fungi Mommy, beats Ishii because can eat gasoline, human sized enough, and just got that like alien atmosphere, you know, so I'm here for that. Cheeto, I think is an okay CU. Drunk Cheetos and sauced. You is best waifu. It's hands down. She adorable. She cute. She got that personality. She kind of an idiot in a lovable way. She's so dumb that she horseshoe theories to being a genius. We've seen her naked a few times. Okay, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. She got what we're looking for in that department. That's a huge plus. Blonde hair. I like the blonde hair. I'm totally here for that. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Not trying to get like Aryan Youth with it, but I do think it's a good combo. You know, there are many good combos. It's not the best combo or anything. But I'm totally here for that. And she pliable. You can grab her face and go. Wah, 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 wah. I have to be so careful with what there's things in my brain that want to come out through my mouth, but I gotta like lock them up, tie them up with rope and chain. But yeah, Yu is no contest on top. It's such a big gap between her and second place that I feel like having a physical gap in the tier list might be good. Part of me even wants to give Funky Mommy the leg up on Chi. Funky Mommy just hasn't shown an ability to emotionally connect. I think Funky Mommy got that atmosphere I'm looking for. Is she kind of huge? I'm just calling it a she. So I do like Funky Mommy getting third, at least third. And I think I'll give Chi the leg up because Chi at least is like a human being who has shown like some different personality, would be fun to quip around with, would be fun to spend time with. But when we're talking waifu, I don't think she got the sauce, and I'm sorry. I get her when she's drunk, and if we could see her like lower those those guards more often, lower those walls even, I think she would be sauced. But especially considering that I feel like she's not like guarded really, but she's a little high strung sometimes. Just a little bit. I don't know if high strung is quite the right word, but you know, she's a little high strung or something sometimes, and that's around you. So being around somebody new that she hasn't met yet, you know, how much is she really gonna like let her personality show? You is a modern philosopher Giga Chad who is probably close to the same with everybody she ever meets, because that's you for you. She does things. She's out here. She makes moves. But yeah, honestly, I think this is probably where we're at for this tier list, huh? Not the weirdest tier list I've ever made, believe it or not. I've done weirder. Not on the channel. It's probably the weirdest one on the channel by a quite significant amount. I feel a little weird having Cut in OKICU because it's like cat-sized. Waifu has some very specific terms. My definition of waifu is a little different than the colloquial. How do I say that? The common definition of like person you want to romance. I mean, that can be part of it, but it's also a little bit of just like, it's more of like an emotional love where it's like, oh, this is like love, not meaning like erotic or like romantic or like anything necessarily. It can include those, but love more as an umbrella term of like how much I'm like emotionally connected to them and like care for them kind of thing. And like how much that, but also a little bit of like, okay, if I see some potential for some like sauce, for some juice, then you can get pretty high up as well. That's what Fungi Mommy's doing. She got potential. She doesn't have a lot already, but that potential is what gets her in okay, I see you. Chi, on the other hand, I just really like her and I really care about her, but she's lacking some qualities that gets her into sauced. You has got everything in spades. Cut, you know, I love, you know, you're really cute, you're adorable. It'd be fun to like pet you and to like hold you and to just like look at you. But I ain't trying to like, you know, with Cut, because that's weird. So we're probably gonna just leave it at that for this one. This tier list for Girls Last Tour. Honestly, that'll do it for this. On to the next, whatever it is. Hopefully we'll do the manga at some point. Don't know when we're gonna do that. Probably when I'm just not lazy, which is, you know, no promises. I'm a kind of lazy guy sometimes. That's all right. We're all a little bit lazy sometimes. But yeah, that'll do it for this tier list. On to the next. If you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah, blah, blah. If you have any differing opinions about any of these characters, which I'm sure you do, I'm sure someone's going to be pissed about me putting Chi and having this gap here. That's all right. Let me know in the comments. I am interested in where you would put these characters. But until then, until next episode, that's all I really got for tonight. I'll be seeing you then. Peace.